Today, we take a look at a Corey Taylor mask that Corey Taylor never got to wear. Let's go. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Good here at the House of Masks, where we unbox and review cool stuff almost every single day. And as I mentioned in the intro, today we are going to be unboxing and reviewing a replica of a Corey Taylor mask that Corey Taylor never actually wore. Why didn't Corey Taylor ever wear this mask? Well, this mask is a prototype, meaning that this mask would eventually lead to Corey Taylor masks that we did see him wear. This was just the artist's copy. This was the idea, the concept mask, the prototype. The artist that made Corey Taylor's original Iowa mask would show Corey this idea, and then they would come up with some more ideas that would later end up being the masks that Corey used for the album. Let's go ahead and hop on into this package, and as I pull the mask out and show it off, I will tell you a little bit more about what I mean. Now, this package comes to us from Nate Harrison down in Florida, and I believe this is the first package that we've ever received from him, although I am waiting on something else. So stay tuned in the future. If you guys like what you're about to see in this box, then you will most certainly like what you are going to see in the future unboxing. All right, we've got the mask here, and as you can see, we've got some dreads hanging out of the bottom of the bag. Most certainly a Corey Taylor mask. And as we pull it out here, as always, I will give you guys the first look at it, and then I will spin it around and take a look for myself, although I have seen photos of this over Instagram. He did send me some pictures of it as it was being worked on, and then eventually once it was finished. But yeah, I have not seen it in person, obviously, so I will show you guys first, and then I will spin it around and take a look for myself. Very nice. Oh, I was curious about that stitching. Hell yeah. This thing is really cool. So, as I mentioned earlier, this is the SMG Protocopy. Now, for those of you guys that don't know what SMG Protocopy means, SMG stands for Screaming Mad George, who is a special effects artist. And not just any special effects artist, he was the special effects artist that made a lot of Slipknot's masks over the course of their career. Now, SMG's relationship with Slipknot started with the Iowa album cycle. Slipknot's management contacted SMG to have him start making the masks for the band after the self-titled album because the band had started to make some money. They didn't have to go get store-bought masks and convert them like they did on the first record cycle. Instead, they would have much more intricate masks made specifically for each member of the band, starting on a life cast of each member, meaning that Corey Taylor's mask would be made directly on his face so that it fit perfect. It would also have everything that Corey Taylor wanted. So he would explain his ideas to an artist such as SMG, and then SMG would sketch out those ideas and eventually come up with prototype copies of the mask. This was the prototype copy for Corey Taylor's mask, and it is now what we call the prototype or the artist copy because SMG takes these masks around to various conventions to showcase his work. Obviously, it looks extremely similar to the mask that we saw during the Iowa era worn by Corey Taylor, but it is slightly different. Clearly, this one has a very unique paint job in the fact that it is not painted like any of Corey Taylor's actual Iowa worn masks, but instead it's got this kind of weird slimy glowy look, and the most interesting thing about this is the dreads. All of Corey Taylor's dreaded masks specifically for the Iowa era just had regular yarn and twine dreads. These are latex dreads, and I think that they were dreaded and then covered in latex eventually before they were added to the mask, and it gives a really unique look. Now, that's enough for the real mask. I think I've covered the history on that enough. I want to talk about Nate's replica here because this is the best replica that I've ever seen. A lot of people that do these SMG Proto replicas will just take a blank mask that already exists, but a lot of times they're missing detail due to the fact that they are using a pre-existing blank. A lot of times I'll see like an SMG Proto Tattoo the Earth clown and the eyes are missing, which is just not accurate because the mask itself still had the inserts. But as you can see with this replica, when Nate was was creating this Corey Iowa, he actually sculpted the SMG features that would still be intact if you left this uncut. So you have the option to cut these out and have a fantastic worn Corey Taylor Iowa replica, but you could also leave them intact and have a fantastic SMG proto. I think that that is really, really neat. And the fact that it is so accurately done is just the cherry on top. Like, not only do we pretty much have a world's first replica right here in the collection, but we have it done on a very, very accurate piece. I have seen dozens and dozens of Corey Taylor Iowa replicas done in my day, and only 3 or 4 of them have even scratched the surface or been what I would call accurate replicas, and this is most certainly one of them. So that's fantastic. Obviously, the finish is great. You can compare it to these photos over here of the real deal. We've got everything from the latex dreads to that really weird, strange, off paint job to some weathering above the eye right here. Nate saw all the details on this thing and absolutely nailed them spot on, which is fantastic because I don't want it in my collection if it's not as good as it can possibly be. And I can definitely say without a doubt that this is the best Corey Taylor SMG Proto replica that I've ever seen, and I am stoked to add it to my collection. So huge, huge shout out to Nate. I think he absolutely nailed this thing, and I couldn't be more excited to have it here, and I'm really excited for you guys to see it as well. If you guys would like to go pick one up for yourself, I will of course be dropping his information down below in the description of this video. Make sure to head over there and show him some love. Maybe pick something up and let him know that the House of Masks sent you. As I mentioned, we are waiting for another mask from him right now, so this is not the last time that you will see his work or hear his name on this channel, and I've got to say, that's a pretty good thing. So as always, I'm going to leave you guys with some nice up-close shots of this piece to let you guys see all of the beautiful, beautiful detail, and trust me, there is some beautiful detail to see on this piece. Definitely a unique replica to add to the collection, and something unique for me to shoot on in general. I'm sure that there are more than a handful of you guys that didn't even know that this version existed, so I hope that I at least taught a few of you guys something new out there and that there was something that you could learn from this video. One last huge, huge thanks to Nate. Nate, I appreciate it a lot, man. Thank you very, very much. This will definitely have a happy home here at the House of Masks, and guys, as I mentioned, his information will be down below. Make sure to go check him out. Now, let's go ahead and get on with these hero shots. Thank you guys very, very much for watching. I definitely appreciate it, and until next time, this has been AJ Good here at the House of Masks telling you to say no to drugs and alcohol and yes to proto copies, and we'll see you guys in the next one.